Hey fam, forgive me. I just got a huge ass download, and I need to share it. And my mouth hurts, so I'm not wearing my teeth today. You get the full Monty with me today. The download was huge though. All right, let's talk about addictions. Let's talk about specifically mine. Um, I was watching a video, and the girl, one of my readers, and the girl was talking about how these karmics, trying to bring up your past, anything that they can use against me to make me look like the picture that they painted of me being a horrible human being. I'm sorry, I just woke up too. No, I'm not sorry. This is me before I get ready to come see y'all. But anyway, so I got my hair braided, so my braid's coming out. Anyway, I don't know why I was even fussing about that. Alright, here's what I came up with. I own each and every one of my mistakes from my past. Matter of fact, I'll be the first one to tell it to you. I've actually said in a video before that, before anybody even tries, you can find me on porn site after porn site after porn site. I went through a phase to where my poo nanny was more famous than me. And why do I tell you this? Not so that you can go look. It ain't got nothing to do with that. What it has to do with is there's so many of them, because I went through a big phase. There's so many of them that for me to sit and feel like tracking each one down and closing it off now that I'm, not really interested in none of that no more. Well, I don't feel like it. I'm too lazy. So, but it doesn't bother me. It's me. I don't care. The dirt that you can find in my past is, have I lied? Yes. Have I stolen? Yes. Have I manipulated situations and people to get a desired outcome? Yes. Have I, you name it. The only thing I ain't done was get a blowjob in the Oval Office. But, time will tell. But that's a joke. Anyway, my point being is, normally I'm the first one to tell my shit. Two, and I can tell already this is going to go into a part 2 because it was a big fucking piece of clarity that I just got. And it made me cry. But anyway, I was trying to recertify for food stamps many, many years ago when my children were little, and I was going to college at the same time, and every 4 months, whenever you get grants or whatnot, they give you what's left over off of what they get paid by the government, and then they send you the check. Okay, so, I was at the food stamp office. Now, my thing is honesty is the best policy, right? So, before it was over with, I'm trying to recertify, and my worker does this. He sticks his fingers in his ears and tells me if I continue to talk, he cannot give me my benefits. What? What? I was just trying to be honest. And he said I was being too honest. Now, that was a man who worked for the food stamp office telling me that if I continued to talk, he was not going to be able to recertify me. And he knew, most people ain't going to come up in there if they don't need the shit, right? All right. So, and whenever I've lied, it's been to things like the government and once in a while, law enforcement, whenever their bullshit was, to protect people that I cared about, because they weren't really being, there's rapists and child molesters and bullshit out there. Quit fucking with the people that I know. It was a protection, not such a protection. Anyway, manipulating situations to get a desired outcome. Yes. Because here's the thing. If I'm okay, if I'm good, in any sense of that word, that phrase, if I'm good, each and every person connected to me is going to be good by default. Because that's the way my life works. Okay? If I'm blessed everybody in my circle is blessed. And it's an automatic thing. It always has been. So yes, you can call me self-centered in that way. I will manipulate a whole situation to get a desired outcome because I'm not the only one riding that coattail. But now the desired outcome will come to me, but it trickles out to everybody I'm connected to, period. And that's the way it's always been. If you know me, then you know this is how it's worked. All right. All the rest of it. So you can't come at me with my past and it bother me. Because, bitch, I was there. I was there. Okay, now let's dive into the part that could be part 2. My addictions. I just realized that, okay, when you walk through the fires of hell and you do it barefoot and alone, where you don't even think God's with you, okay? That does some shit. And back before I started following video readers, there was some spiritual communications I had through emails. And the one that really got my attention the most is there was this one psychic that was reaching out to me, and I mean, she was relentless. And what she had to tell me was if I didn't hurry and do something. And of course, they always come with the buy this, and I'll give you the ritual, the spell, the amulet, the whatever. And I never do that because I'm sorry, my charm and my spell and my ritual is the Most High, period. I'm not fixing to buy your shit just to get that, you know. And I can affirm myself. Okay, so anyway, but what she had to tell me was that my inner light, my soul, was fading away. Now, I get up and I'm trying to work this out in my head before I came on here to y'all. And of course, I got the confirmation chills, you know, the whole bit. And I'm trying to work it out. And it came to me that my addictions, me doing drugs, was never about an escape. Because where does somebody like me have to run and hide? Because no matter how high I get or how drunk or how high I got, 200 days almost, y'all. No matter how inebriated I became, I never got to run away from a problem. My problems were still there. So that means I didn't use addiction as an escape. I used it like Archangel Michael uses his sword. That methamphetamine wasn't because I was lazy or didn't have energy. It's because I didn't have any more fight left in me to conquer the shit that I've had to conquer. This is going to resonate with one of you. And I don't know who, but one of you fitting to see the light. But yeah, I got this bib for Pookie, but he don't like it. And it don't fit him good. Anyway, my addictions, my alcoholism, my habits were never to run away, because I have known since day one that I had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, that the evil and the bullshit that I had, that life was throwing at me, there was no walking around it, over it, or under it. I had to walk through it. And now I realize today, April 1st, 2026, for the first time I realized what my addictions really were. It wasn't an escape. It wasn't a drowned out. It wasn't because I was running from something. It was because I was running to it. Now, as always, I'm going to leave that there. As always, you're not alone. You got this. Pookie and I both love you, and you better fucking keep coming back, because we doing this together, okay? I love you. You got this.